Welcome to the 607 podcast, guys. Episode number 3.
Woo.
Yes, we've made it to the 3rd episode.
3rd week of July, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it?
Or 2nd? I don't know.
Kind of. It's like whatever. Semantics already.
Yeah, this summer, do you feel like summer's going by fast or slow?
Dude, yeah.
This year's going by fast. I can't keep track of time.
Yeah.
Dude,
We're only in the second half of this year.
Yeah, that's why it wasn't on mine.
Feels like 2020 just started.
It honestly
That
does.
shitty. It's almost like everyone's just blacking out and gonna wake up at the end of this. Whoa, what happened the last
It's
year?
the closest thing we get to a superpower, dude. It's teleportation, alright?
Just blacking out.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of alcohol,
Oh no. That's
boy.
never a good way to start.
so Kenya sent me this picture. Apparently Costco sells Otter Pops that are infused with vodka, and each Otter Pop has 8% for the whole thing.
Holy.
So I feel like if you had 2 of those, you'd just be pretty tipsy.
I think I've seen those.
I think I would agree.
Yeah.
2 of those, dude. That's a lot.
They're on the side aisle, all the way to the left side.
Oh, you've seen him,
Oh,
Justin?
Justin's a connoisseur.
Well, no, I think Matt and I saw him. We were
We were
for
there
a
together.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then we were just browsing through Costco because we didn't know where the wave storms were. And then I think we saw him. We're like, what the hell is this alcohol? It's an Otter Pop that you can freeze, but it's got vodka in it or something.
Yeah, so I'll try those. I'll keep you updated on that.
All right.
Please do.
Cool.
Gonna have to give us a review next time.
Yeah. Speaking of reviews, let's get into our first topic here.
Whoa.
Our
the
weekly
music.
challenge. You want to take this one, Riley?
The challenge. So, who listened to the what you were supposed to?
I did.
Yeah, I did 2.75.
Yeah, I listened to all of them, except your album, Riley. I think I probably
Oh
listened to
my God.
no. I listened to 80%
I see how
of it.
this is going
No.
already.
No, I listened to the majority of it while I was cooking dinner.
I'm upset already. Look at what
Riley,
you've done.
I listened to the whole thing.
All right. So, I'll take the brunt here. What'd you guys think of my recommendation?
Who wants to start?
Start off, Matt, since you listened to the whole thing.
I thought it was pretty good. I think I'd give it I guess for me it's a 5 out of 10. I
wow.
enjoyed
How
it.
are you gonna
Wow,
say pretty
dude.
good and then 5 out of 10?
Oh, yeah, it feels pretty good, and this is 5 out of 10.
So,
Guys,
Sounds more like
Listen.
average.
Listen to me.
No.
It's okay. I guess better. It would probably be more average. Okay. And I'm just gonna say that because I enjoyed listening to it. It wasn't my favorite thing, but I enjoyed it. It was something different because I usually don't listen to a more punk style of rock. So or just and I don't know if I would really seek it out to listen to it again. I enjoyed my go at it, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
What was your favorite song on the album?
I would have to see. I listened to it at work, so I wasn't really looking at the names of all the songs.
Oh,
I don't even
gotcha.
believe you.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go next.
Riley.
So I heard about 80% of it. Personally, not my style of music, so I can't personally I wouldn't listen to it again. But I do I can appreciate it. I was an English major in college, so I've learned to appreciate works and stuff that are traditionally not my style. So I gotta say,
Angelo's I hated it, but
I can appreciate the artistic effort that went into creating the album. My favorite song was probably, I think it was Freebird 2.
Yes, that song's so good.
Yeah, I really that really made me want to keep listening to the album after hearing that.
All right, so we're better
yeah.
than Matt now. All right.
Wow.
I
you.
I would give it
Well,
a 4.5.
We don't have to numerically score these, you guys. I think just impressions is better at this point because holy shit, you guys are tanking on my fucking album.
Here.
One bite, everyone knows the rules.
One time, everyone knows the rules.
One rule.
One listen every single. So I'm currently listening to it. I've been listening to it for like the past.
Don't get us a copyright strike, Justin.
Oh, dude, you guys.
Well, you can't hear it.
No, I'm just kidding. We can't hear it.
Okay, so currently I'm on song 10, NYC Observation.
Yeah.
But of all the songs, I did like Freebird too. That was song 6. But I really liked song 7, Normalization.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, and then Wide Awake.
Oh, dude, Wide Awake, the grooves on that.
Yeah, dude, it's like really, really groovy. Normalization, it's like, oh, wow, like this is definitely like more alt rock. Like, I liked it. So far, I'm giving this album.
We don't need to do this. Now I'm scared of the numbers.
Nah, I want to hear what he has to say.
I think if we were going by like figure skating scale, yeah, it's a 7.6. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I like it.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's easy to listen to. Like while I was talking to Angelo, I was listening to it. I'm like, wow, like I kept bobbing my head. I'm like, this is pretty good. So yeah, I like it. I think it's a good record.
Yeah, it has a certain place and a certain vibe. Like if I could picture listening to it if I was like at the beach with like a super indie chick and I was trying to impress her with my music choices, I would probably play that album.
I'm glad that I'm a super indie chick to you guys. That's basically all I want to be. So
I feel like this is an album I can play while doing chores, like rocking out to chores, like making chores less boring. Just like
yeah, I agree with that, and I think it's a good album to play over speakers rather than headphones. Like it's a good background album, but I wouldn't like listen to it while I'm working out. I don't.
I'm insulted by these. Like I think you guys are trying to make me feel better, but you're making me feel worse.
I guess we're all just uncultured swine.
Well, that was like my actual thoughts on it. So
yeah, no, I appreciate the candor.
Sorry,
Matt hurt my feelings the most. I think.
Wow.
Angelo, go ahead.
So what do you think about it, Riley? Like, if you want to give us the full review.
Oh, you want my my thoughts on? Yeah, I love it. I think there's a lot to say about it. I'm a huge fan of New York kind of aesthetic bands. Like, I love the Yeah Yeah Yeah's first album, and the Strokes are like my favorite band ever. So like, even though lyrically and stylistically they don't line up, I think you can get, like, if you've listened to those other artists, like there's a certain like sound and like aesthetic to the noise that like screams like New York, like indie to me, and I like get really into that, just in terms of like instrumentation and stuff. But what I really like about this album, and I've listened to all their stuff, I actually like them, generally, but this album's cool because they went really heavy with their bassist, and he's like a monster. He like if you go back and listen ever, I know Matt won't, but like if you guys do, like
Oh, I will. I have to.
Like, listen to the bass lines. Just try and like isolate the bass lines and listen to the amount of work that, like, just try and like pick apart, like, okay, this is the bass and this is the guitar, drums, and singing, and like the bass is doing all the work. Like this, the way they have the band set up and the way everything plays out is so unique because like it's not just like strong, simple bass lines like a lot of punk bands do. It's like very like technical and like fun and groovy. And then what also is very special to it about me is the lyrics. The lyrics on this thing, like, if you listen closely, like, they are phenomenal. Like Before the Water Gets Too High is like, that song's hilarious. Like, if you look at the lyrics, it's like, it's about global warming and like the water getting higher and like everybody dying. But then it's also about like, it's this extended metaphor about like money and water and like trying to hoard your water before you die. And so like there's this like double like people holding on to money, like yeah, it's just like, it's so clever, and every line, like, you never can guess what they're gonna say next. Like, those kinds of things are really fun for me, so that's why I really like that album.
What would you give it?
Yeah, I'd give it 7 oceans out of 7 oceans.
Oh.
7
Okay.
water metaphors out of 15 seas. I don't know.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good rating.
Anyway,
Yeah. All right.
I
So
hate you.
who's next?
Who's next? Who wants to go next?
I guess we can go with mine.
I hate it. No. What was yours? Oh yeah, yours is Cudi.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. This is just kind of like what I've been like. Every once in a while, I come back to this album, and I personally just really love this album. So I realize it's already out there. People already know. It's like, well, I guess I should wait for your guys' opinion, but I think it's a great album. So,
Yeah, I guess I'll start it off. I love this album personally, dude. I listened to this album like all the time after tennis practice in high school. So just listening to it again brought back a lot of good memories. I think the way that Kid Cudi writes his songs, at least back in this stage, I feel like it was kind of intended for like the loner sort of like stoner kids, you know, that
Where did you get those words?
I feel like it's on a song somewhere.
It is.
But it's so true. Like, it's for, you know, that, because I feel like a lot of kids felt like they didn't really have a place to fit in, and they kind of found their identity with this album and this artist and the vibe that he was portraying there. So I mean, I didn't necessarily like, I don't think that was me, but I really appreciate that people found like a community amongst that. I think my favorite songs on the album have to be Up Up and Away. Is a very like upbeat sort of song, super chill, good vibes with that song. Is Pursuit of Happiness in this album too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. And there's like a Steve Aoki remix of that song too, I think, which was really great. So yeah, I gotta give those my top 2. If I was rating this album, I'd give it a 8.7.
We do not need to.
Yeah, we do.
This is not like music review time. This was like the intent I had with this, honestly, was just to expose each other to albums that we had hopefully never heard before.
Well, too bad.
Oh shit! Got me.
All right, Riley, what do you think of this album?
This is an album that I love because I listened to it in a time where I didn't listen to a lot of different music, and I was sad, teenage, angsty boy, you know? And I was like, oh, no one gets me, nobody understands me, except Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a lot of nostalgia. I don't know that I have any clear feelings towards it. I did re-listen to the whole thing. And I mean, like, it's cool that there's like this running metaphor throughout the whole thing, I guess. Like, it is like, you're right, it's like the whole thing takes place in his head, and like the like whole like issue of like what is, you know, self-made problems that, you know, the antagonist is or the protagonist is struggling with versus like the things that are a situation. Like, Is it like really like mental health, or is he really just like starved for attention and like, you know, those kinds of things that like all the self-doubt around his own issues, I think is really like, I think that sends like a good, maybe not a good message, but a poignant message that's relatable to probably a lot of teenagers. Even today, you know, I it didn't feel as dated as I thought it would. So yeah, that's, yeah, I don't have any clear thoughts on it, I guess is what I'm saying. But I like it. I listened to it when I was a little teeny tiny boy. So
What's the score?
I am abstaining
Boo.
in protest.
Boo.
Honestly though, I don't think I could give it a score. It's kind of it's one of those albums where it's like, if I listened to it today, would I really enjoy it? I'm not sure, you know?
Yeah.
But I have a lot of, you know, nostalgia for it, so it's like I enjoy it a lot more probably than I would now. So
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Angelo, as you said, it is definitely for like the loner stoner, you know?
Yep.
And this album is just, I don't know. It's what, like, kind of what Riley was saying. I think it's a timeless album. Any teenager in any era will be able to listen to this and they can somehow relate to it. Like, that's what I think of this album. And with that, I give it an 8.5.
Oh.
Justin's hard to impress.
Wow.
That's a solid rating. I think I said, what did I say, 8.7?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
You guys, this is interesting to me because you're all like heralding this as like an amazing album, so relatable, but like you're giving it like I mean, it's a good score, but it's not like a like masterpiece level.
I mean, what's a 10? I can't think of a 10 right now. There are
Dude.
so many damn good albums.
Kids
Dude.
See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts is a 10. Thank you, Anthony Fantano, wherever you are,
Yes.
for bestowing that score upon Kids See Ghosts. It's
No,
amazing.
you gotta go figure skating, dude.
Dude, it's a 1-0.
No. That is-
Wait, how do you
that is-
say it? Figure skating. I'm uneducated.
So,
I guess.
if you say something is a 10, but you hear something better, you can't give that a 10.
Oh, I see.
There's already a 10.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing that. Screw that.
What? Come on.
Just like you screw my freaking no ratings, I'm gonna screw your ratings.
All the ratings have been canceled.
All ratings have been canceled. Everything's a 10. Congratulations.
Just listen to the music, god damn it.
Just experience the shit. I mean, everything's fine. So let's go on to Michael Jackson.
Wait, did
yeah.
did you give your opinion on this album already?
I
Was
mean,
that- oh yeah, Matt,
yeah.
you need to give your perspective before
So-
we leave.
so I guess all of you guys listened to the album closer to when it came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I listened to it in college.
Okay. So I only discovered this album maybe like 8 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't
'Cause
know
it-
that.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't really get into rap until I had gotten to college and lived with you guys that all listen to rap 24/7, and I embraced it. But I mean, for a while, I really just kind of like stuck to like Eminem and like whoever he like worked with, like Royce the 5'9", and then and then I kind of expanded out to Kanye, Kendrick, and then I got into more of like the more contemporary guys like
6ix9ine.
Pac.
Oh, okay.
No.
Is Matt a huge 6ix9ine fan?
No, I am. I hate mumble rappers. Not a fan of all
Is
the-
Tekashi a mumble rapper? I've listened to like 2 songs and he just like screamed the whole time, so I don't really know.
Okay, well, I guess the SoundCloud the SoundCloud rapper stereotypes. I haven't found any of them that I've really been able to embrace and enjoy. But yes.
What?
Oh, so yeah, I coming into this album only like 8 months ago. I just really I listened to it front to back, and I think it's an album that's just like great beats, great lyric writing, just a good tight album front to back, and yeah, really enjoy it. And I'm not gonna give it a score.
Oh, Justin and I will be the score givers.
I agree with Riley. I don't.
Yes. I'm converting.
I listened to these all like one time, so I don't feel like that's good enough to really validate like a score.
Not even like a first impression score.
But that's not worth a score. I agree. It's not worth it. That's not. You guys didn't like Parquet Courts. You don't deserve it.
I literally liked it.
No, screw all of you.
No, Justin gave it like a 7 something. That's like passing. And
that's a pretty solid score. That's a song that you listen to when you're doing chores. Like,
dude, that's such an insult. Oh god.
How's that an insult? Like,
it's like elevator music.
Yeah. You're calling it like music, dude. What are you like? You're killing it.
Like, I don't know. Don't you throw on rock when you're doing chores? Like, make it more uppity. Like,
dude, I literally put on like headphones and listen to whatever. And I mean, I try to listen to new music every week. So like, I usually have like 3 albums that I'm trying to get through.
That's just too tiring for me. Like, just so much work. It's like, fuck. Like, because there's a lot of shitty music out right now.
There is a lot of shitty music.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, New Music Friday sucks.
Dude, honestly, like, I've given up on trying to keep up with like a genre or like certain like areas or communities, because it is like the amount of like crappy music that you like have to listen to just feel like you can be a part of the conversation is really intense. I usually like. Honestly, there are enough artists that I like that I haven't listened to their whole discography, and like enough recommendations I have from people, and like I'm really trying to get into jazz right now, like which is like something I like jazz, but I've never listened to like jazz albums cover to cover outside of like Miles Davis.
Have you seen Whiplash, the movie?
I have not seen Whiplash. I hear it's great though.
Great jazz movie. I think it got like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes, but
so that's what, like a 7.6.
I mean, if you want to get into movie reviews, that was gonna be our last topic, but
yeah. Anyway,
okay.
We need to talk about Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Butterflies.
It was just one song. Yeah.
I didn't think I had heard this song before when you said that, but I definitely had when I started.
Really?
Yeah. It must have. I don't know where. Like, it must have just been on the radio, or like, I mean, I listen to Michael Jackson radio sometimes on Spotify or whatever, so I'm sure it's just like, you know. But it's good. I like it. I know what you mean. Like, it is. It seems like it should have been more of a hit than it was.
Yeah, it's a sleeper.
It's a sleeper. It's a sleeper. I agree. My score is 1 sleeper out of 1 sleeper.
Yeah, I have heard this song before, for sure. And I mean, in general, I don't think I'm like the biggest Michael Jackson fan, but I definitely like appreciate like how he like helped evolve music, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good song.
All right.
Nice.
Andre.
Justin, I love this song. I've only heard a few Michael Jackson songs, but I love that he has so much energy in his voice when he sings, and he just kind of like, it makes you feel like just like dancing, or like it gives you this like energy in all of his songs. And
Justin, you know what you got to say to this man. You need to listen to some more Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and I love that he can still convey that energy even if it's not the most upbeat type of song. Like, even if it's more melodic, like he still has this like really like upbeat energy in his voice, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm actually gonna add this song to one of my playlists now. So I would give it like a 8.6.
Woo!
Dude, big money.
Yeah, it is a good song. I'm glad. Wait, so you've never listened to it before?
No, never heard it.
That's tight. I'm glad that one of you guys didn't listen to it before. But yeah,
Justin's exposing, dude.
But Michael Jackson, man. Like, I don't know. Recently, I've just been listening to him while working out. I think I mentioned this last time too, but it's just what you were saying, just head bobbing, like makes you want to dance. So much energy. It's like gotta exert all this energy somehow, you know.
Yeah.
Great song. I think Angelo is on the money with the review. So double 8.6. Bam.
Oh. Okay.
All right, are we gonna do album picks for this week also?
No, we gotta do Angelo's. Come on.
Yeah.
And wait,
Come
Matt,
on.
did you already talk about this song?
Huh?
Did you talk
Yeah,
about?
Matt. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
So what about Juice? That's what we gotta.
Oh yeah.
What about?
Sorry.
Did we all listen to it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good job, guys. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I listened to it right before this podcast, actually. While I was
fresh
playing
in your mind.
basketball. While I was playing basketball, and damn, it's okay. Hold on, let me find the song. Legends Never Die.
Oh, dude, yes.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. The interlude song 17. The man, the myth, the legend. Interlude.
Dude.
Oh man, dude. Like I was sweating, and I was out there playing basketball, out here in beautiful Pismo, and I was like tearing up, man. I was like, holy hell, this guy. Everybody in hip hop, like in modern contemporary hip hop, they just kept saying how great this guy is. You know, like the freestyles, like they would last like an hour long, and he would just keep spitting out bangers after bangers after bangers. Unreal.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, yeah. I was gonna talk about that song too, because like there's one like I thought I recognized, like, so it was, I looked it up, like the first interaction is Young Thug and Adam 22, and Young Thug is like to say that to have Young Thug specifically compare you to Lil Wayne, like he has albums that are like the Barter series, like the Barter 6.
The Carter?
The Barter.
The Barter. Wait.
The Barter. So it's the Barter 6 named after the Carter. Like that's how much Young Thug.
Oh, you're talking about Young Thug.
Yeah. That's how much Young Thug likes Lil Wayne. Like his artistry is defined off of Lil Wayne. So for the first I recognized his voice, and to hear him saying that like he was like 2006, maybe 2006 to 2009 Lil Wayne, I was like instantly like, damn, like just like holy shit. To have like your artistry like built off of your respect and taking after an artist, and then to compare another artist to the like capabilities of the artist that you're molded after, like that is like, I can't even imagine receiving a compliment like that. You know what I mean? Like that is just insane. So like, yeah, totally. That track was like, whew.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna refrain from rating it right now. I think I need to listen to it one more time. I don't know. I was playing basketball, so it was. Some songs were just like, man, like I'm grooving to this, and other songs I was like, man, this is sad. So.
Yeah, I think that's the overall impression I got from the album too.
Matt?
I thought the album as a whole was pretty good. I think there were like certain songs that I would pick out that I thought were really good, but I also felt like there were a number of songs that just kind of like sounded the same lyrically and beat wise. So I did really like the Man, the Myth, the Legend. I thought that was like really cool. Hearing some of the voices of like the veterans saying like how crazy he was. And I think there are some good songs in here.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that I had a similar takeaways, man. Like lyrically, you know, I wasn't engaged, I guess. Like it was clear after listening to the first few songs that like you know, but that's not why you listen to them. So like I get it. Like that's not why you come here is for lyrics. So like yeah, beats, like flows, the energy, like I think like the one thing that like I took away was that like I just think that like the style of hook doesn't really engage me, you know?
Okay.
Like there was one where it's like he's like drugs killing me softly, Lauryn Hill, you know?
Yeah, and wishing
like
well.
yeah, dude, and I was just like, why do you need to say her name? Like it doesn't like you should know Killing Me Softly.
Yeah.
If you're into hip hop, like you don't need to do that, you know? Like I don't know. There were just a couple of those moments where I was like, it's just like a little like over the top in terms of, or like overly written, I guess is how I would say it. But
Okay.
but I enjoyed it. It's definitely like, I think if I were more into this style of rap, I would be like, this is a very impressive album, you know, because it is. The beats are good, like clearly he was super talented, and I think that's what upset me the most about listening to it is like, as much as I have my complaints, like he was a talented guy, you know.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. Like that sucks. Like I'm never, yeah. So just like that was upsetting, you know. But if I'm like looking at the album and thinking about what I liked about it, like there were a lot of things I didn't like about it, but it was like, I think it was very like poignant. Like it's just crazy how many of his songs like, and unfortunately this is a theme with a lot of like dead artists, but like a lot of the topics in his songs lend themselves to like, I'm gonna die, like I know I'm gonna die, like, you know, like
Yeah,
things like
it's like
that.
he
Like
knew.
yeah, and it's really freaky and kind of like, it just makes me sad. Like I was really depressed after listening to this album, just like, man, like it's hard to imagine that the person who wrote and like sang and rapped on this album, all these things, like is actually dead. Like that is upsetting. So I think that was like the biggest impact that I had.
Yeah, going off of how he knew he was gonna die, like he says in some of his other songs, like what's the, like you guys know like the 27 Club,
Yeah.
like all these famous artists die at 27, and he says like in one of his songs like what's a 27 Club, I'm not gonna make it past 21, and he literally died a few days after his 21st birthday.
Dude.
And he also said he mentions another artist that he compares himself to frequently in his music, and he ended up dying like on the same day as that artist died. So kind of weird in that sense too.
That's crazy.
And he just talks about drugs a lot. There was a lot of drug references in this album when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's sad because it's like he knew, like I wish his friends would have like stepped up and been like, hey, are you okay? Or like, I mean, it's hard to know what was going on in the background. I'm sure there was people trying to help him with this addiction, but it just seems like if I was one of his friends and I heard all these songs coming out, I'd be like, hey dude, like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? So that's sad. And a lot of these songs, I think he freestyled, like just, I think I was talking to Justin about this before the podcast, but we talked about how he just like freestyles for like hours upon hours, and he just comes up with these songs. Like one of his most famous songs, All Girls Are the Same, and it's like his number one song, I think. besides Lucid Dreams, and he actually wrote that song and recorded it in his bedroom, and that's like the final track. And I think it's amazing that he can do that. He doesn't write songs too often. A lot of these songs too were leaked like 1 or 2 years ago, so I did hear a lot of these before they came out on the album, and they did change some things in the songs, like they cut out some verses and then replaced them, I think, just to make it sound. I feel like whoever put this album together tried to make it sound like a full album, but ultimately these are just songs that he just made throughout different times in his life, so it's more of like a playlist than like an album you would just listen to. So there's no really theme to it, I think, besides like the drugs and, you know, him predicting his own death. So I think my favorite songs off this album, Wishing Well, where he mentioned Lauryn Hill, I thought that was really good because I think he freestyled that one too. So when you say it was like he was rapping and then he says like Killing Me Softly, Lauryn Hill, like that, I think that might have just been like him like freestyling and trying to come up with like something to say that relates. But that was one of my favorite songs. And then Righteous, that was a single he released before. It was the first single he released after his death, and there was a music video for that too. Just, I think that was a perfect song for right after his death because it, he talks about like wearing a white suit, and it has all these like really angelic like heaven vibes to it, which I thought fit very well after his death. Like if I had to be the person to choose what song was going to be released like right after he died, like that's a very hard choice to choose one song that people are going, because people are going to be in this mindset like, oh, he just died. So that's a hard choice to make, and I think whoever did that made a really good choice. But yeah, I think I'll refrain from giving this a rating too, just, you know, out of respect.
I think
it's not my favorite Juice WRLD album, but it is. It's great that they're releasing more of these songs, and apparently he has like 2,000 unreleased songs. So
that's crazy.
We'll probably be getting a lot more albums. But yeah.
Well, that's that one was a downer for sure. You know?
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, sometimes music is that way, and you know, it's just tragic. I don't know what else to say, but I guess what I'll say is we got to do the albums for next week. So who's ready? Let's do this.
All right.
Matt is ready.
Okay. I know it might be out of Riley's realm, especially, but my album for this week is going to be Drink the Sea by Glitch Mob.
Oh, okay.
I think I've actually listened to this because you made me.
Really? In its entirety?
I think so. I'll re-listen because I don't remember it. So it's like listening to it for the first time again.
Okay.
What genre is that? Is that like, I know it's like EDM, but is there like a subgenre?
Techno?
It's definitely like it's like electronic, but it's almost like a little bit of drum and bass influence, but I don't know. I feel like Glitch Mob, as somebody who listens to a lot of electronic music, I think they have their own style. I feel like I shouldn't talk about this right now.
Yeah. We'll talk about it next week. Week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Angelo.
So, Drake is apparently releasing a new album.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me
this Friday. Tomorrow.
Come on.
Let's go.
Tomorrow, I think. So,
oh my gosh.
I haven't heard it, obviously. So I'll be just as in the dark as
That's
you
actually
guys.
a good exercise because then we can all experience the first time together.
Yeah.
Like virgins.
And if for some reason it doesn't release, I'll just text you guys like another album.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Justin?
Mount Joy by Mount Joy.
Okay.
So MT.Joy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I did that wrong. MT dot joy.
By
Alright.
MT Joy.
MT dot joy. All right, great. And mine, because you sneaky snakes, you divulged a couple weeks ago that you hadn't listened to it, is Pinata by Freddie Gibbs.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
And
I actually listened to that. All right, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to part of it after you told me
All right.
about it.
you guys gotta listen to this thing cover to cover. It is. I won't say anything about this album specifically or Freddie, other than you guys know I like him. But Madlib may be my favorite producer ever. I love his beats. So yeah, I guess listen to the beats as well as the rapping. The production on this thing's pretty cool. So I'm curious what you guys think.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
All right.
2 rap albums, 1 EDM, and then wait, what genre is yours, Justin?
It's like folk rock, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I've heard about these guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What genre? It looks like folk rock. Do you know who Rainbow Kitten Surprise is? Probably
No.
not. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's like indie folk rock maybe, but it's a really easy listen. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Okay.
The album cover looks like a trip, but yeah, it's a pretty easy listen.
All right. Very exciting. I'm excited to listen to some new music, as always. This is a question, just to wrap up this. I think it's relevant to a couple points that we made. But what do you guys listen to? And this can be quick. Just like, what do you listen to more when you listen to music? Do you listen to like singing and lyrics, or like do you listen to the like instrumentation or like production or whatever it is on the song?
I think for me, it really depends on the type of music that I'm listening to.
That's interesting. I would have pegged you as an instrumentation kind of person.
I
Same.
mean, so I think the instrumentation side definitely for electronic music, where I feel like there's much less of an emphasis on what is being said, and I guess I listen to electronic music kind of like the lyrics are almost like just kind of a part of the instrumentals and kind of what creates the entire sound of a song, versus I feel like when I'm listening to rap or rock, there's more of an emphasis on what is actually being said.
Yeah. And that's I want to clarify because I think I asked this kind of in a weird way. I am asking like if they're singing, the like tune is more of the instrumentation, I would say. It's the like actual lyrics, like what is being said, or like the musicality of it all, I guess is a better way.
Okay.
So Matt answered correctly.
Okay.
I'd have to say for me, recently, it's definitely been the instrumentation, because I actually started making like beats myself as just like a quarantine hobby. I told Matt about it, but I like made my first beat the other day. It's like not bad. It's kind of like a little dry, but I'm hoping to get better at it. So yeah, like it's hard now when I hear especially rap songs. I'm like, I can hear like the individual like 808 and like snare and hats and everything, and I'm just like, I can like visualize it almost on like FL Studio, which is like what I've been using. So yeah, definitely right now instrumentation is what I've been listening to.
When are we gonna see your line of headphones? Beats by Dolphin.
Beats by Dolphin. I love it.
Spin by Dolphin.
Can we trademark that right now?
You better jump on it.
Yeah.
Justin?
I don't know. It's kind of hard because I really like catchy lyrics, but I also really like melodies and just how each instrument sounds. If there's like a gospel, like Kanye West, for example, I think he's a good example for this. Like, he just hits every single genre, like in his older stuff, and some of his newer stuff, definitely not Jesus is King. It's just like all kind of gospel.
You're not a fan of religious Kanye?
Well, I like Jesus is King, but I don't think it's like gospel, you know.
Okay, I actually haven't heard that album, so.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, like some of the songs are like, wow, like, okay, the gospel choir they do a damn good job, but other songs like, okay, like it's just Kanye's literally saying, Jesus, I love you, Jesus, I love you, Jesus, 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 and it's like, this isn't music at this point. This guy is like going crazy. Like, somebody help this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kanye, I feel like his older music did a good job of just balancing lyrics, super catchy lyrics, like Heartless, for example, and then the 808s on that, and then like the melody on that. Like, you know what song I'm talking about, you know? And like Gold Digger, like the intro, like, she take my money, and then you know the rest. And it's like, oh shoot, like, so I don't know. I'd say it's a mix of all, Riley.
A mix of all.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And I guess I'll add something for Kanye. I think one thing that Kanye does that's really interesting, that kind of going back to how I listen to electronic music and like singers and like voices in electronic music, I kind of think of them as like instruments that add to like the overall beat. But like Kanye like does so many samples and like does like some like slight or heavy distortions on the human voice and uses that to create his beat. So I've always thought that that's a really cool thing that he does.
Okay.
Have you guys seen that Vox video on Kanye West?
Yes.
It's really good. It talks about how he uses voice in all aspects of his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is a hard question for me. I just thought it was interesting because I was talking to my mom recently, and I was reminded of when we were younger. If like we were listening to music and it said awful things, like she would hate it. Like, it didn't matter if she liked the sound. She'd be like, "Oh no, like it's a fun song, but like I just can't stand what they're saying." Like, it would ruin songs for her.
That's my mom too.
Yeah,
Yep,
and it's just
same
like
here.
that's so funny. That's so funny that it's our moms. Like, I've never felt that way, but it did make me go and like I realized like lately I've been trying with like some certain artists where it's like hard to hear them. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Mike is. It's just Mike in all caps. He's like a lo-fi rapper, but he's doing some really interesting experimental stuff with like did you guys listen to Earl Sweatshirt's new album, Some Rap Songs?
Yeah. I thought it was okay.
So I really liked it, but it's weird. Like, it's a weird album. Mike is in a similar vein, but he does it differently. Where it's almost like the music is so loud, but like also disjointed that you can almost like not hear the words. You know, you have to really like listen to like understand what they're saying amid like everything that's going on. So I've been like trying to like look at lyric sheets because it's interesting like how the lyrics will inform the music and like what they're trying to get at. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like I've missed a lot by not paying as much attention to lyrics, you know? So I don't know, I was just curious what you guys thought.
All right.
Anyway, I want to hear about some horse racing because
I don't know why you
Yeah.
guys keep trying to pull this up.
yeah, why? When did you get into horses, dude?
Never. I never got into horses. I hate horses. I
Well,
always
now
hate
you're
horses.
into horses. All
No,
right.
You are
dude,
an
that's-
official
that's a
horse
guy,
correspondent.
dude.
No.
Yeah, horse correspondent.
Yeah. The
Our equestrian member here. Here we go.
the horse-spondent.
So
I hate
what's
horses.
going on in horse racing? I know very little about horse racing. Could you tell me a lot about horse racing, please?
Yeah.
Well, I think I know even little.
What is the Triple Crown?
It's when you win the Kentucky Derby, the California thing, and one other one. I don't know. I'm just gonna be straight up with you guys. I didn't look into this at all. I don't give a shit about horses. I think horse people are the worst.
Get off the cast.
Why is that people with horses are allowed to have their horses just shit a bucket and just like wherever they go, the dog owners have to pick up their dog shit and take it to a trash can. This is so much inequality.
Dude, have you seen a horse shit?
Yeah, it's like a bucket. They should have to pick that shit up.
With their hands? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
it's like a pile of bread. Like,
I don't care if you need a giant trash bag to pick up your animal's shit. Dog owners have to do it. Horse owners should have to do it too.
dude, it's like a failed ice cream machine. But like it's just going for hours, and they're huge, just chunks.
So they're allowed to just walk on like paved trails and shit in the middle of it. And it's all cool. But
What are you gonna do about it?
That's part of the dude.
This is why Matt's on the podcast is to call out horse owners.
Yeah. If you can dodge a ball, you can dodge some horse shit while you're running up a mountainside. Like it's not that hard.
But everyone's up in arms about dogs taking shits in bushes or on the side of the trail. Yet horses walk straight down the middle and just leave a giant mound of shit for you to step in and get to look at. Like, oh yes, a giant horse went over here and just took a massive deuce in the middle of the trail.
But okay, Matt, if you're walking on a trail,
dog owners just leave a couple little Twinkies or Snickers bars on the side, and everyone's like, "Oh, why
would you rather see dog shit or horse shit?" Like, I just feel like horse shit is more socially acceptable to be on the ground.
Trying to break down. Listen, we've all been conditioned, and Matt is trying to break down those barriers.
This is just a social construct. It's all the rich people having the horses, keeping the little guy down, because everyone can have a dog, but only the rich people can afford to have a living car that can only go 5 miles an hour and costs like $10,000 a month to upkeep.
Matt's gonna socialize this country just on the grounds of horseshit. That's gonna be his campaign. He's gonna be like, you know what, the real problems are horseshit.
Horse owners gotta pick up the shit like the rest of us.
He's like, I'm gonna pick up America's shit. It's horse shit. And by me, I mean the rich people own horses. They're gonna pick it up themselves. It's gonna be it.
So that's my opinion of horse racing.
Well, great update, horse correspondent. I'm gonna kick it on over to Justin and Angelo for some.
Yeah, thank you for that horse update, Matt. I'm looking forward to the future horse updates.
I look forward to it.
So first off, there's no NBA going on right now, as you all know. But I just heard, as of the 13th, so 3 days ago, Russell Westbrook says he tested positive for coronavirus.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's COVID-19.
So, yeah, he's doing okay. And there's speculation that James Harden had COVID too. But he's fine. Apparently, he was seen landing in Orlando into the bubble.
The bubble. Can we talk about that?
Dude, the bubble is amazing. I love the bubble. I want the bubble to stay forever.
It is like the quintessential drama show. Like the drama, like NBA drama. You put in a bunch of millionaire dudes who have big ass egos into a little bubble, call it the Disney like resort or whatever, the NBA Disney resort. And of course you have dudes who are complaining about the food, complaining about like the service. It's like, dude, like, just if you're playing basketball, just do it for like, I don't know, a month, 2 months, and then freaking you'll be fine, because it's basically summer camp for them, like AAU camp.
They hate it though. They hate it.
Yeah, well, they hate it because they can't invite girls. Like Angelo, I don't know if you saw that thing. Like there was a girl on Twitter. Yeah, there was a girl on Twitter who was like, "Oh my gosh, I already got invited to the NBA bubble." And then another dude responded. He was like, "Who was it? Was it Donovan Mitchell?" And she was like, nah, I wish. It's probably some like dude on the Wizards or the Nets. Oh, I don't know if you've freaking heard about the Nets, Angelo, but
No.
literally nobody is playing on the team. Like, there's jokes about like the Nets, the current Nets that's in Orlando. They're all meeting each other for the first time. 'Cause,
Wow.
like, literally, yeah, a ton of players were like, yeah, I'm not gonna play in the bubble because I don't want to risk getting like contracting the virus, which is a very, very good reason.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
the bubble to me is like the greatest thing. Whoever thought of it was probably like, okay, half the players aren't going to show up, but we'll get half of the ones that people know, and then we'll stick them in there with people who are really excited to be there. So it'll be like half people who hate being there, half people who love being there, and then like we'll just not let any girls in.
no, okay,
And just see what happens.
they're letting girls in. I think a month into it. Like once every single team member has landed in Orlando and has quarantined for at least 2 weeks, they will start allowing girls in, and family members and special guests. So
10 months from now, how many new baby moms do you think they're gonna be in the NBA?
I don't know about baby mamas. I don't think these dudes are trying to freaking impregnate anyone, dude. They're like, I just want a side piece right now. I don't know.
This is a lot, guys.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So the Nets, they don't have like anybody on their normal roster. I mean, they do, but like most of their starters aren't playing. Like Kyrie and Kevin Durant, I think they're going to Orlando just to visit, maybe. But earlier, like Kyrie was like forming a coalition and like wanted to rise against the NBA and create his own league. Like,
Jeez.
some Kyrie shit. But anyways, the Nets would be going up against the Bucks in the first round of playoffs.
What'd you call me?
The Bucks? What?
For our non-basketball fans, the Bucks is about another basketball team.
Yeah.
For our non-jokesters out there, Buck sounds like fuck, so a joke.
I didn't. Sorry. The Bucks.
That's a crazy matchup, though. Freaking Giannis and Durant against each other.
Yeah. Freaking. Who did they play in the first round last year? Freaking like the Magic or something. I don't know. But they got stomped every game by 20 points. I'm sure with the Nets, like, especially Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and freaking like 3 other players, they're gonna get stomped.
Yeah.
by like 40 points, and they're not gonna want to be in Orlando. So of course they want chicks there. They got nothing else to do. Like, what? Freaking! Did you hear about Dwight Howard?
Yeah. No. Wait. I have a different thing about Dwight. What were you gonna say?
Oh. So he was like he went down to the DJ sets because apparently they had prepared 3 individual DJ sets for each hotel that the teams were staying at, and nobody but Dwight Howard went to one of the DJ sets. Like, Dwight Howard was the only one there. He was Instagram living. He was like, "Yo, there's nobody here."
It's just me.
Dude, and then, yeah, apparently there's like a NBA snitch line too.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. Like, I guess players are snitching on each other for breaking protocol.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Can we please disclose some of these calls for the public?
Okay, so the first one was on freaking, what's that kid's name? Ah, man, he's on the Magic, I think. He ordered food. He ordered Postmates or something, and it was because Kelly Oubre on the Suns tweet out, he's like, "Yo, y'all can get delivery, so just make sure you have them meet at the front door and drop it off and shit." And whoever the player was did that, but then apparently he like stepped out of the boundary that you have to be in
This
quarantine.
is crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like, you can't make this shit up, you know. And then they're like, nah, I'm just imagining like the Monsters Inc. Scene, you know, like 2142, like 2142. Just like all the dudes in the hazmats just rush the NBA dude, like tackle him, don't give him his food, and he has to be put in quarantine for another 2 days. Like,
Dude.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
insane, dude. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, I actually just learned about the bubble before our podcast started, so I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, so then the thing I was going to say about Dwight Howard is he promised that the Lakers are not going to lose the NBA Finals a second time around. So he's confident that I mean, do you think the Lakers are on top for winning the finals?
Dude, okay, I have no clue what is gonna happen.
Yeah, dude, how could you have any clue what's gonna happen right
no
now?
clue.
I mean,
Like
honestly,
the Lakers, yeah.
like contracts, the season, are people even gonna legitimately consider the season? Like, who knows? You know, like
Who's to say?
who's to say, dude?
Well, here's the thing. I think this season, this playoffs, I don't think there's an asterisk to it because it's going to be the toughest playoffs ever. Like, there's no crowd, so there's no home court advantage. It's just dudes straight balling. They're going to think it's practice, and you're going to be able to hear. I hope they put in NBA like fan noise. And you can participate because that's what they do in South Korean baseball.
Oh,
And
okay.
have, because I know that the players can also watch each other's games, so that would add another element to it, especially in the playoffs, because then they can scout each other. Like,
Dang.
they
Yeah,
can
I'd
totally
love to
scout-
see commentary by other NBA players over like the games. That'd be so cool.
and then just put in like fake crowd noise and like obviously the buzzers and whatnot. But I think like in past playoff series, we saw like 100 points a game, 110 points was like high. I think we're gonna be seeing like 130 point games because these dudes ball in practice. Like, and then if the surrounding environment is pretty close to practice, we're gonna see some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Some highlight plays.
So
You don't
true.
think that like defensively people will step up because of like the ability to communicate clearer?
I think.
Oh yeah.
No, I think offense is just gonna take over. Like,
All right.
if you watch these guys in pickup games, holy shit! Like, they don't miss. Like, even the role players, they don't miss. They're that good. And that's an environment where there's very few people watching. Like, I don't know if they're gonna play the music and stuff. I hope they have like the crowd noise to try and imitate live audience as much as possible, but they're not going to be interacting with any fans, you know, because there aren't any. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I really think they're going to be averaging like 120, 130 points a game. Like,
That was really funny how you said that. Like, they're not going to be interacting with fans because there aren't any.
because they're not-
It's gonna be interesting.
yeah.
When
That'll
does
be
when do the
interesting.
playoffs start?
Well, the playoffs start, I think, mid-August, but the restart starts in 2 weeks. July 30th, I think the Lakers match up against the Clippers first.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, that's the team I'm scared of because
The Clippers?
Steve Ballmer, dude, this
Yeah.
guy, super prepared, man. He bought all his players Pelotons, like all the fitness equipment they needed to stay fit in quarantine. And oh man, like I'm sure they are ready to go. The Lakers look ready to go. LeBron looks more fit than ever.
It's going to be crazy seeing all these NBA teams go into the playoffs well rested. Like,
Yeah.
I remember in 2016 or 2015 when the Warriors went to the NBA Finals, it was right after they had that crazy like 72 record win.
73 or 70, yeah, 73 and 9.
73 and 9, yeah. And it's going to be like they were exhausted from getting that in the regular season. And I think that's why they didn't do as well in the postseason. So just seeing all these teams fully rested is going to be crazy.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing, too. Like, if you have a deep playoff run every single year, like the Warriors did for 5 years in a row, they went to the finals, you know?
Yeah.
That is insane. Like, that's like adding a whole nother season and a half to your career. Because in the playoffs, if you play, like, even if you go 16-0, 5 years of that, that's what, 90 games or 80 games? That's a whole season. So yeah, it's going to be interesting because someone like LeBron, who's been to 8 finals in a row, like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's still doing well, dude. How old is he now?
He's 35. He's 35. Unreal, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I can't believe LeBron's that old.
As 2K always reminds me when I'm playing, LeBron apparently spends $1 million per year on his body.
Yep.
From like supplements and just working out. So he looks ready.
Thanks for the fact, 2K.
Here's the thing. I think that's going to be super important for every single athlete. Just like biometrics and just making sure that you're eating right, getting enough sleep, getting enough rest.
Yeah. It's like a science. They probably have people just like calculating all this stuff like down to the individual numbers.
Yeah. And I think what Matt showed me the other day in Joe Rogan's podcast, breathing. If you watch basketball, a lot of these dudes don't breathe right. And in Joe Rogan's podcast, like they were talking about breathing, how you're supposed to breathe in through your nose. I consider myself a mouth breather. I'm really bad. Like I have a small nose and just bad allergies, so they flare up every once in a while.
That happened with me. I actually had surgery a couple months ago where they removed like parts of my nose inside, so my allergies so I can breathe better, and it honestly helped a lot.
Yeah, that's what my dad did, so I probably got to do that too. That'd be smart.
Would recommend.
I didn't know you had surgery.
Yeah, it was kind of like a minor thing. I still had they still put me under, but my nose just bled for like a few days. It was actually really bad. Like 3 days after I was recovering at my parents' house, then I went back to my apartment. And that night, like my nose was bleeding so much that like it just would not stop bleeding. It was just two lines of blood just coming out of my nose into the sink.
This is too much for me to hear right now. I've got a delicate constitution. I'm not prepared mentally to hear about this.
I was considering like cauterizing my own nose or something to make it stop because it just would not stop.
Dude, God, that's disgusting.
Just finishing a roundup in there. God.
Oh God. Why are we talking about this? This is terrible podcast, father. You know what? We're moving on. All
right,
to
Riley.
Formula One.
What do we have for Formula One?
Oh my gosh, guys! All right, if you've never watched Formula One, now is the time. Now is the time because this season's gonna be good. Not because somebody new is going to win. It's going to be Lewis Hamilton. Because the Mercedes are as dominant as ever, and they look really good in the sleek black. It makes me hate them because they're so cool. But because the midfield is really interesting. So you've got some cars now have the Mercedes engine. So they're a little bit quicker, but they don't have the aero package or the engineers or whatever, of like the dominant team. But the engine is obviously a big part of your power and your straight line speed. Not that aero doesn't have a major impact, but it's made it a bit more competitive. And McLaren finally is a somewhat competitive midfield team, and they have my new favorite driver, not of all time. Kimi's still my favorite, even though he's technically driving still. But Lando Norris, who it was streaming on Twitch while everybody's in quarantine, and got a lot of new young fans excited about the sport. He was playing F1 racing sims on a rig, and he has come in and he got on the podium as a midfield team the first week. Literally, the first week he passed, like, the last lap. Lewis Hamilton had a drive-through penalty, or it wasn't a drive-through penalty, he got a 5-second penalty. So he was like a second off of being in third place. He was in fourth, which is already great.
Yeah.
But he literally in the last lap closed an insane amount and got it within the penalty distance, like the 5 seconds. So he podiumed his first race of the season.
Wow.
Crazy. Very exciting. And then this last week, he passed like 4 people in the last 2 laps. It was like he went from like 8th to 5th, I think, or something like that. 4th, can't remember. But it was awesome. Like, it was like Formula One for the past few years. I love it, but it hasn't been. I mean, there have been moments. Like, there have been select races. I can't remember the last time there were 2 races back to back where a driver that I liked did something really exciting, and like the rest of the race wasn't completely boring. It wasn't super amazing this last weekend, but that first opening weekend, like the amount of racing that happened, where it wasn't just people driving around and around and around, you know, in the same order, like, it was awesome. I'm very excited about this season. It's off to a great start.
Speaking of starts, I saw an article that said that Ferrari had its worst start in 10 years. Do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah, dude, the Ferraris are basically midfield cars when they're supposed to be the like front runners with Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible. Like, I don't know what to say. They literally, like, the car isn't amazing. Like, I've only seen it 2 races, and really it hasn't been 2 races because the 2 Ferraris hit each other this weekend.
Oh, jeez.
And took each other out. They both took a DNF. No points for Ferrari this weekend.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And that's like Ferrari right now. Like, their strategy's not good. Like, everybody jokes about that, and like, it's gotten, I don't know, you can argue about some things that they do, but it's not good. Like, their strategy is not where it needs to be for the level of performance their car is at. You know, it's hard to tell whether they're deluding themselves that their car is faster or that they think it's slower than it is. I mean, I'm thinking about last season. So it's interesting. I'm very interested to see what they do. But yeah, they have really... The start to this season is terrible for them. Like, I mean, like... I think Lando has more points than one of the Ferrari drivers. In a McLaren.
Jeez.
As like a 3rd-year driver or whatever. He's a 2nd-year driver. Like, that's crazy. That is nuts. So, anyway, Formula One's heating up. Everybody should watch it.
When's the next race?
It's... Let me look. I don't think it's this weekend. I think they're off this weekend.
Sunday,
Yeah.
July 19th at
So it is
6 in the
this
morning.
weekend.
All right. Where are
It
they
is-
racing?
It's the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank
Might
you
have
for
to
that
tune in.
F1 update, Riley. That was
Of course.
very informative.
I'm always happy to talk about F1.
All right, so let's get into gaming a little bit. I'm just going to start this off with Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming out, and this is a game I've been looking forward to for a long time because I used to play the old Microsoft Flight Simulators on my computer, and it's actually coming out like on a 10-disc physical booklet you can buy, which I don't even know. Like, do your computers even have like CD drives?
Mine does not.
I do not either.
Yeah, same.
Mine does.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Justin, but not for much longer, right?
Well, I mean, do I leave it in there? I don't know.
Oh, wait, you didn't get a new case. That's right.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Because
Wait.
then,
You have that NZXT case. Is that a spot for a disk drive?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I do have a disk drive in there. 7 years old, so yeah.
I have an
Yes.
external disk drive somewhere, but it's probably in my laptop bag.
Apparently,
Yeah,
this
I got
game
one internal.
will let you take off and land in any registered airport. So that's gonna be crazy. This is like one of the first like full world games we're gonna see, maybe.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Like, I'm not super interested in flight simulation, but I am curious just from a technical standpoint.
Yeah. Apparently they're using like Google Maps or something like, or maybe Microsoft. I think they have their own map service.
Yeah,
that they're
Microsoft does.
using to like map out the game. So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Very exciting.
Yep.
10 discs is ridiculous.
I know. I wonder why they're doing that. But
Dude, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's like a milestone, like a piece of history, I guess.
maybe.
Like, you want that physical,
Yeah.
show your kids someday.
So
I remember when we couldn't land at every airport in all our games. This was the first one.
I used to have like this encyclopedia that had like 20 discs or something. It was crazy back in the day.
Oh yeah, I feel like everybody had one of those.
Oh
Yeah.
Like a
dude.
booklet that you just like flip through.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Like mixed in with music, also.
oh yeah, because like you would lose a couple discs and like you'd just be like, oh, I'll stick this in here.
Yeah. I didn't start using encyclopedias again until I got to law school, and now it's just like law encyclopedias. So
Dude, I'm so sorry.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right. So Ghost of Tsushima, is that how you say it?
Ghost of Tsushima.
Tsushima.
That game is coming out tonight/tomorrow.
I didn't even know it was coming out. Whoops.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I thought it already was out, I should say.
I think it was supposed to come out earlier, but they delayed it because of COVID. But yeah, I was super hyped about the game probably 8 months ago, but I was also carrying that hype for like 3 years. I was like, when the fuck is this game gonna come out? Currently, not that hyped for it.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
I did read the reviews. It does look like an interesting game, but one of the reviews, I forgot which one it was. It might have been like a Polygon. I don't know how credible Polygon is, but somebody said that it was a little bit too open worldy, and
You don't like open world games, huh?
yeah, I tried Skyrim for like 20 minutes. I mean, more like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like, spent 2 hours making my character, you know? So many freaking customization. And then, like, the first 20 minutes just did not captivate me. So it's like,
Well, I know I've talked to you, Matt, about that before, how Skyrim isn't really our favorite game.
We've talked about that on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
our loyal viewers will already be aware
Yeah.
Yeah.
about how you guys all feel about Skyrim.
Yeah. But moving into our next topic, our
Oh.
loyal viewers will also remember that the single exception to that for me is the Far Cry series. And personally, I really loved Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. I didn't do Primal and I didn't do Far Cry 5, but because I feel like part of the draw for it for me is going to these exotic locations and shooting guns and making shit blow up. So you can't make stuff blow up in Primal. Didn't really resonate with me, but yeah.
What about Far Cry 5?
Not an exotic location. I mean, it was like kind of cool. It was like interesting going to America. I never got around to playing it.
Well,
Good.
Matt, I have a physical copy of Far Cry 5, and I will mail it to you if you're interested in playing it. So.
I would love that. I'll give it a shot.
I'll send you Far Cry. I have Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn, which is like the one that came after Far Cry 5. So I'll send those
Okay.
both to you.
Okay.
I love
Yeah,
them
okay.
personally.
Okay. I'll have to give it a shot. But I am very excited. I saw the the early banners from early on showing pictures of pagan men, so I was kind of hyped that it might go back to being in like the Tibet sort of area, but
So,
I
Matt,
don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you been reading any of the rumors?
No, I
about. Do you want to know?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. I think
I'd
I'd be.
only- Go
I'm
ahead.
curious to see if what people have reported is true. I mean, rumors, so nothing's confirmed. I think you'll be interested in this one. So.
Okay, now I kind of want to know what the rumors are.
Yeah, let's hear
Well,
the
you
rumors.
said no.
Okay, so I guess the only thing I've seen so far this was like the teaser thing, and I don't know if I know Ubisoft was having an event coming up. I don't know if that's happened already.
Yeah,
and
it's happened. Yeah, it did.
Did they release more of a trailer?
I think so.
Okay.
I should know, but I don't.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. But I don't know. I'm really interested in it. It looks like some blood dyeing and shit. So yeah.
And the main character is modeled after like a real person, right? Like I think his name is
it's like actual acting. Like he's been brought on for the role.
Yeah, he's a great actor too. He starred in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Like
what's his name again?
It's like Giancarlo Esposito. Dude, I don't know. I'm really bad at Spanish.
It's just Gus.
Despacito?
Esposito.
Yeah, he's a great villain.
I did not watch Breaking Bad, so I am unaware of his work outside of Breaking Bad, and I am also unaware of his work inside of Breaking Bad. So,
well, didn't you watch Mandalorian?
He did show up in Mandalorian, and he was good. So
there you go.
Wait, Pedro Pascal?
No.
Oh, we've got spoilers for the Mandalorian.
Well, not really. I mean, it's the actor's name, but
But he shows up, dude. How are you ever gonna watch the series knowing that he shows up at some point in some unnamed role?
it's literally in the description, like who plays the Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal.
I hate those Netflix shows that their description literally like spoils the episode, so you have to not look at them.
Yeah, dude. I hate that too. Definitely not cool, Netflix. It's okay, I forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm pretty excited for Far Cry 6 as well, Matt. So
well,
Wait,
you know
Angelo,
what?
have
I'm
you
gonna
heard the
steal. I'm gonna interrupt you guys. I'm gonna take the mic here and steal the excitement because Persona 4 Golden is on Steam,
yes.
and now you guys have no excuse to not play it.
Too much RPG. I don't want to spend 200 hours into a game.
Okay, Persona 4 Golden's like 70 hours. Let's slow it down.
700? Is that what you said?
No, 70. 70.
See, I do have an excuse to play it, and that is
It's so good. You guys have never. Persona is a very, and I say this accepting its flaws, and it has its flaws. I'm not gonna deny that, but it's very unique. It's hard to describe what's so unique about it, but it is. It's like you get the slice of life. You get the I'm just a little teenager messing around, but you also get the like I'm gonna kill a bunch of demons with a bunch of demons that I've trapped. I don't know. It's great. I love it.
How much is it on Steam?
I think it's like $20. Not exactly sure.
Not bad.
I actually haven't beaten Persona 4 Golden, although I am right at the end. I guess I've kind of beaten it. There's multiple endings that you can earn, so I haven't completed one of the endings, but...
Okay. So, moving on. I guess our next topic is that chess is blowing up on Twitch. I'm a pretty big chess fan, but I have not seen any chess matches on Twitch yet. But that's interesting.
So, you're like,
So is it blown up?
so exciting. It's blowing up
I mean,
on Twitch.
I heard that more people are watching chess. I think that's cool. Maybe I'll start live streaming some chess.
Ooh.
We'll see. Yeah. What else we got? Speaking of streaming services, we were talking, I think, in the first podcast about Ninja not being on Mixer anymore because it was bought by Facebook. So he did one.
It wasn't bought by Facebook. Mixer just closed.
Oh, they just closed. Okay.
They partnered with Facebook Gaming to offer the Mixer partners a path to partner on a new platform.
Right, and it looks like Ninja streamed one like Fortnite game on YouTube, and everyone was freaking out because they're like, "Is he going to YouTube now?" So it's gonna be interesting to see where Ninja ends up.
It will be interesting. I'm curious. I legitimately, that's not, I'm not a Ninja follower per se, but I'm curious just because I like the streaming landscape. I'm interested.
And I feel like wherever Ninja streams, he just draws so many people to that platform. So it's gonna be.
Well, I saw an interesting take on that because his first YouTube stream just like drew more attention than I think he ever got on Mixer. That might be factually incorrect, but I saw a tweet that said that.
Wow.
So as much as he grew on Mixer, and like I'm sure he was good for Mixer, like he's already doing better with that one stream, but granted, like it was a huge like thing that he was streaming again after not saying anything. He did the media blackout and then teased it on Twitter, and then so
yeah. And we still haven't heard anything about Dr. Disrespect. Like I don't even think they've announced the reason why he was banned. Is that right?
He tweeted today a teaser video that basically said nothing, so we'll see. That's all it is. He had a series of interviews go out. I didn't read any of them, I just saw that they popped up.
Okay.
But the reason for ban is still not out there.
Yeah.
So.
What was the teaser video for?
I don't know. That's how much of a teaser it was. It literally didn't show me anything. I watched it. It had some great music and a very cyberpunky aesthetic, and that was it.
All right.
So yeah. I think somebody said that his YouTube is listed in his Twitter description now instead of his Twitch. So there was some, but like, I'm not sure the validity of that because his Twitch was banned. So like, of course, you would just put like the platform where people could find you.
Wait, why was his Twitch banned?
Well, that's what we don't know.
Oh, are you talking about Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were talking about Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Can Ninja go back to Twitch now?
Yeah. You can go play
Yeah. Well,
wherever.
I mean, nobody's really sure, but the theory is that because Mixer like let them out of the contract, as far as we know. But theoretically, there could be I don't know. There could be some like maybe they are. I don't know. Like
So I heard that it was Facebook offered to like pay out their contract plus like extra, or Shroud and Ninja could just take the payout of the contract, and so they both took the payouts, which is why they ended up with $30 and $10 million.
so they're free. To go wherever. That's cool.
Yes. Yeah, they took the buyouts on their contract.
Well, that's probably what I would have done too.
Yeah.
Easy money up front, freedom to stream wherever, and rebuild a community on your platform of preference.
Yep. So, dude, somebody did the math for Ninja streaming on Mixer for like 300 days or however long it was. For $30 million means he was making $92,000 a day.
Crazy. That upsets me. I'm so poor. Ninja, give me money. Please, I need it. Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, streaming's crazy right now for sure. Speaking of, so what's the deal with Warzone? I saw they teased that they were gonna do 200 in Warzone, but have they done that? I haven't played.
Yeah,
in a while.
they did it for a limited time. So
they always hit you with those limited time modes, don't they?
Yeah, they took it out. I never got to play a game, but my roommate, he has like close to 50 wins in Warzone now. So he said that it's significantly harder, obviously, because there's more people. But
Whatever.
It seemed like their servers are able to handle it. I think it's an interesting step. I think Fortnite did like their max was 100, right?
Yeah,
So.
What's Fortnite normally?
100.
Yeah. It's
Oh, okay.
100.
What's Warzone normally? 150?
Yeah.
Yep.
And speaking of Warzone, Riley, we gotta hopefully,
Yeah.
we can do
My
some
computer
games.
is. I did rebuild my computer,
Okay.
Okay.
mostly for fun.
Maybe we'll have some Warzone gameplay over this podcast then.
Yes, this weekend.
My gosh, I don't, guys. I don't know. The
And
battle
some Raft.
royales. I have a hard time playing so many.
You had so much fun playing Warzone up
Oh my
until
God.
your computer started taking a shit off.
I remember that. And then you were like, come on, guys, one more game.
Please, just one more, sir.
Riley, you loved it. I think you just don't want to admit it.
I would love to admit it. I don't know. It's one of those things where I think I have to be doing it to enjoy it. I will never choose to do it on my own.
Yeah. Well, Justin will be on PC now. And he told me he's
That's true.
buying the full game.
Oh, where is Justin? Chime in on this, dude.
I have no knowledge of like Ninja and like streaming, right?
Okay.
And I haven't been playing Warzone recently, so
So he's like, yeah, screw you guys. I guess that's a subtle way to tell us to stop talking about it. So I guess since Justin's on PC now, we've got another conversation to have here because there's one game that I will absolutely play, without question. That is not Warzone, and that is Halo 3, which just arrived yesterday on Steam. And I actually was in the flight. I got early access to it. Just by sheer luck, honestly. I just applied to that flight program when it first came out, and I got in for the 2 and 3 flights. I'm hoping I'll get in for the ODST flight, and it's fun. I haven't played Halo 3 since I used to sneak over to my neighbor's house and play it when I was a kid.
That's the only time I played too.
Yeah, I was not allowed to have it as a child.
Same.
But
I think the only time I ever played it was with a mutual friend of mine and Riley.
yeah, so that I loved it and I wanted it. It's why I bought Halo Reach as quickly as my parents would let me. But yeah, Halo 3. I think we should all buy it.
I mean, I already did, kind of.
Well, yeah, me and Matt already have it, so I think Angelo and Justin should buy it.
How much is
what
it?
I'm actually saying. It's okay, so it's $10
Oh, okay. That's
for just
reasonable.
Halo 3, or $40 for the whole collection, which will get you Halo Reach 1, 2, 3, ODST, and 4, I think.
Wow. Do people still play multiplayer a lot on there?
Oh yeah, it's all just coming
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
It's been a year since the first one came out. And you can play in multiplayer playlists across the games. So
Oh, interesting.
you can play maybe I'll be in a Halo Reach lobby, or maybe I'll be in a Halo 3 lobby. You can do that.
Wow.
Or you can just buy one of the games and then it's just that game. So
Okay.
with the multiplayer for that game too. So yeah.
All right. So moving on.
Moving on,
Fortnite.
there was no commitment of purchasing.
Oh no, I think I told Matt I would purchase it
All right.
week
Yeah,
ago.
Justin's over here just being like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't really play Halo, and I've already got too many games to play.
Yeah, would you say you had 200 games in your Steam library?
Yeah, I'm not gonna play all of them, but all right, I play Animal Crossing every day. I play Pokemon Go, and then Matt and I we're trying to surf 3 times a week once I get bored. So
Oh man, you should just skip out on Pokemon Go, and then you get plenty of time.
I agree.
Dude,
You should delete
all
that.
I do is literally log in and just click on a Pokemon, and then
You
catch
can
it.
do that while playing Halo, dude. There you go.
But I don't have time to fit video games into my schedule.
What do you
Like,
mean? You already
that
play
many.
Pokemon Go and Animal Crossing every day.
Dude, yeah. And how much does Pokemon Go take? 5 minutes. What is 5 minutes of Halo gonna do? Exactly. Like, I have justifications for everything, Matt. And I thought you wanted to surf, dude. What's going on now?
I do want to surf.
Well,
There's plenty of time to surf.
that takes away video game.
Can't
time,
you
bro.
play Pokemon Go while
Case in
you're
point, I don't
surfing?
play very many
Yeah, I
video games.
could. But
Playing COD last night was the first time I played games for like probably 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, oh, I see you, Riley, loading up Destiny too. Yeah, no, guys, go check out me and Matt's gameplay from last night. I'll link it in the video right now.
in the description below. Comment, like, subscribe.
All right, so let's talk about Fortnite really quick. None of us play Fortnite. I just want to give that disclaimer, but I still like to keep up with the news. But this is something that I was wondering for a while, was whether Fortnite was going to leave early access, and it looks like it finally did. So there you go, guys. Fortnite is no longer in early access.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. So we're reaching the end of the podcast here. We don't really have too much left to talk about. I did want
I
to
want to
mention.
get to topic 17.
Okay, we'll get to it. So we're going more into general news now. I thought this was interesting that Apple is going to be paying up to, I think that was 500 million in settlement money to eligible iPhone customers. So there's a big class action suit that was happening, and it's been going on for like years. And I guess they finally reached a settlement because the old iPhones were having battery problems where like you would get a phone and then it would just die super quickly. And then with the updates, I guess there was a rumor Apple was purposely slowing down people's phones. So yeah, I think if you have between an iPhone 5 to like 7, any phone within that generation, you can be eligible. And I think it's $25. You just have to fill out a form. So
Yeah, I can speak on professional experience on that. But yeah, what you said, pretty much all true. So yeah, I don't know. Is it worth it for $25?
who's to say, dude?
Who's to
And
say,
you just you gotta fill out the form, and then the decision is happening sometime in December whether the settlement's approved or not. So
Well, you know what is
I have a
worth
7. I'll
25
fill it
bucks?
out.
You know what is worth $25 and even more?
what?
The
My time.
2021 Ford Bronco.
Dude.
Yes.
Dude, Matt
Yes.
and I, we watched like trailers and like just the showcase videos of it, and holy hell, like, woo!
All right, I'm looking it
love
up. Also,
I'm
I've made it
dude.
back. My internet went out.
Oh.
Did
Yeah, I
you guys
wondered
even
where
notice?
I was like, Riley's kind
I
of gone
noticed.
quiet. He started up Destiny, and then it.
Yeah.
then
Dude,
it
I've
just
been playing
ended.
Destiny for like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you've been playing this whole time?
Yeah, I stuck it in. I was like, when you guys are talking about basketball, I was like, I have very little to say about this. I'm gonna start playing Destiny.
Well, I'm trying
Okay.
to-
My
The
internet. Just,
2021 Ford Bronco.
okay, all right.
Dude. I'm in love with this car. I want it.
Dude, why are you so in love with it? I'm looking at it right now.
It's
Dude.
amazing.
I think it looks like
I'm
a Range
looking-
Rover
Oh my gosh, I'm
combined with
looking
a
at-
Jeep.
I'm looking at an article that says Ford had so many reservations that the Bronco SUV website crashed.
Dude.
Wow.
Like, people
It
were,
looks so good.
dude, what is so amazing about it?
Okay. I'm just going to preface that I, as of late, have been really into Jeeps. This is a new thing for me. For
Okay.
like, I don't know, I guess probably a year now. Jeeps have started to pique my interest.
I'm surprised, man.
And-
I always figured you were into Jeeps.
Is that a compliment or?
No, because Matt's a very like outdoors surfing kind of guy.
All right,
you know,
there
I
you
just
go. I guess.
figured you'd like Jeeps.
All right. But yeah. Dude, I saw the like announcement video that Ford put out, and I want this car. I no longer have any desire to have it. I want a Ford Bronco.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, if someone offered you a Tesla truck or the Ford Bronco, like, which one would you choose?
Okay, I feel like that could be a whole nother conversation about like the decision process between an electric and a gas versus a hybrid.
Mhm.
Maybe we should leave that to the next podcast because I think that is a whole topic in itself.
Okay.
But I personally just love how this thing looks. It looks just like so modern, and I love just like, dude, just riding around, all the doors off. Just it looks like so much fun, and it looks so good. I just love it.
This whole podcast is now just an advertisement for.
I'm
Yeah,
just
we're
putting
not
it out there
sponsored
right
by
now.
Ford.
Yo, Ford.
Yet.
If the president of Ford is one of our listeners, just hit me up. I will promote the shit out of you guys. Small discount on a Ford Bronco. Just get me on that list.
We'll just start playing their commercials on the breaks.
What breaks, dude?
I know we gotta take some breaks.
Dude, we gotta shorten.
I've had to pee for so
bits,
long.
dude.
Yeah, I gotta eat.
All right, we gotta get. Well, let's end it for this week.
Hold on. Wait.
Oh no,
I want to
Matt's
get
got
your
more to
guys'
say about the Bronco.
No. I want to hear your impressions on the Ford Bronco. I want to hear.
Oh my god!
Out of the three, which ones would you get?
I'd give it a 7.
7. Okay.
I'd give it a I'm hungry out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin and I are cranky over here. We want some dinner, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's like an hour and a half, or no, like 2.
Angelo and I are gonna piss our pants. Justin and I are gonna puke because there's so much bile in our stomach.
Okay.
Guys, I forgot to hit the record button before we started.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
You little rascal.
God.
How much would that
I
suck,
was
though?
like, I could have been saying way worse things about people we know.
Yeah. Okay. Now that you've seen it, sleep on it. And,
Before we go, I just want to hear, and this doesn't have to be like a segment or anything. I just want to. I need some new movie recommendations because I've been watching some movies recently. So, you guys have any like movies that you recently have seen or just that you would recommend?
Justin wants to answer Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have not seen that.
I haven't seen it either. I watched that Eurovision movie.
Eurovision.
It's a comedy with Will Ferrell and Rachel McAdams.
Oh.
Or is it Amy? No, Rachel. Rachel, I don't know, dude.
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
I did The Girl from About Time.
Yeah, quality movie, dude. I just watched that a couple days ago. One of my favorite
Dude, that's
movies.
so funny. Oh my gosh, I love that movie. It's a good one.
Yeah.
The scene with the dad always makes me
At
cry.
the end, dude, I cried
Yes.
so much when I first saw that.
Dude, I walked in the other day when somebody was watching it, and it was that scene, and I just turned around and walked out. I was just like, I'm not going through this.
When his dad is when they're talking and he's like, have we had this conversation before? And he's like, we have. And he's like, I let myself hug you. And I was just like, oh, it's so
God.
sad.
So sad, dude. It's so sad. It's all so sad. I don't want to think about it.
Okay.
Anyway, Eurovision was so stupid.
Is
Oh
that the
my
title
gosh.
of the movie?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I did drink some beverages with alcohol in them prior to my viewing, but even then, I didn't think it was funny.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I didn't have enough. Who knows?
So I shouldn't watch that movie, or I should?
I don't.
Okay.
Well, do and then tell me what you think.
Okay.
Because I was also talking to somebody the other day, and they thought it was funny. So who knows?
Okay.
I might be wrong.
I'll put that down to watch then.
All right, moving on. Next movie.
I got 2 really good recommendations.
All right, lay 'em on us.
Knives Out.
Yes.
Knives Out, I
Okay.
haven't seen that yet,
100%.
okay.
If you haven't seen Knives Out, watch it. It is my favorite movie from last year. So
And Jojo Rabbit is my second choice.
I did not enjoy Jojo Rabbit very much.
Really?
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. Let's see. Comedy,
I had a good time with
2019 comedy drama. Okay.
It's the guy who directed Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
His
okay.
name,
Cool.
his name escapes me. What's his
Taika
last name?
Waititi.
Yeah, Waititi. Yeah. Yeah, he's funny. I just didn't. That movie, I got bored. Like, I don't know.
All right. Justin, you have any?
Toy Story 4. If you haven't seen it, I think
I haven't. I gotta watch it.
I think it's the greatest Toy Story of all time.
Okay, well, that's some big speaking you're doing right now.
Okay.
It's good. Like
All
Those
right.
are fighting words.
if you want a movie about a story of toys, that is the movie.
That is the toy
Screw the first
movie.
3.
Yeah, the toy movie. Like, I don't want to hear about any other toy movies. Like,
Dude.
I just want the one. Okay,
Dude,
the 4 is one.
I don't know. The first 3 are good, but holy shit, 4.
All right,
I think
all
4
right.
is better than all.
I'm gonna take this glowing recommendation and watch it. I do love Disney movies in general.
Yeah. Like 4 is highly underrated.
All right.
Like, I don't think too many people watch it, but yeah, definitely that, Angelo. If you haven't watched it,
I'll check it out. No, I haven't seen any of these movies, so. I'm
Wow,
excited.
Angelo, you're the one who watches the most movies. I thought.
I know. I watched, some like more like sci-fi action adventure, but I'll watch these. And then
I haven't seen the new what's that movie? Blade Runner. I haven't seen the second one
I
yet.
haven't seen that yet either.
I gotta see that. That's on my list.
And then for you guys, I gotta recommend, if you're ever bored, watch The Platform on Netflix. It's
Alright.
it's like a sci-fi thriller movie. It's just crazy, man. Like I recommended this movie to so many people, and like everyone who's seen it like is like, that was so crazy. Like it's all in Spanish, so you'll have to have those subs on unless you speak Spanish. So.
Very cool.
All right.
Okay, guys. Well, I thought we had a pretty good podcast today.
I'd
Yes.
say so too.
yeah.
I feel like
Maybe our
we need like a signing off thing that we all say.
From all of us at the 607, thanks for flying with us this week. The temperature below is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's gonna be a bright sunny day. So yeah, thanks for calling. Love you. Bye.
Love you
I
guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.